It's just after dawn on the banks of the Zambezi River. The mist hangs thick and everything is still. Until it happens. A piercing cry slices through the silence, echoing across the water. Locals call it the sound of Africa. That cry doesn't come from a lion or an elephant, it comes from a bird. The African fish eagle. With wings spread like a royal banner and eyes locked on the river below, it dives. Claws first, snatching a writhing fish from the water in one clean strike. For centuries, this moment has symbolized freedom, power, and the spirit of Africa itself. But behind that iconic image lies a story far deeper than just a bird in its hunt. Because this eagle's cry tells the story of Africa's rivers, people, and even its changing future. And to understand that, we have to start with what makes this creature so unlike any other bird of prey in the world. Number 1, the hunter of water and sky. While most eagles rule the mountains or forests, the African fish eagle is the monarch of water. It's found almost anywhere there's a lake, a river, or even a lonely wetland. From Egypt's Nile to South Africa's Cape, its territory stretches across an entire continent, a sign of its perfect adaptation to aquatic life. Its talons are razor-sharp, curved to grip slippery fish, and its eyesight is so powerful it can spot prey from over a mile away. But what really sets it apart is precision. That dive. It doesn't just swoop, it calculates. Every move is measured. Angle, distance, reflection, even the refraction of light off the water's surface. When it strikes, there's no second chance. It either wins or goes hungry. But this bird isn't just a hunter, it's also a partner. Because unlike many predators, the African fish eagle mates for life. And that's where the story gets even more fascinating. Number 2, the love song of the waters. When two eagles find each other, the entire river knows. Their duet, that signature call, is a territorial anthem and a love song at the same time. They'll perch side by side, throwing their heads back and letting out a synchronized cry that echoes for miles. It's not just communication, it's ceremony. Together they build enormous nests near the water, some as wide as a small car, and reused year after year. Each new season they add more sticks and leaves, turning their nest into a monument to loyalty and endurance. And here's something remarkable. Both male and female share the parenting duties. They hunt, guard, and raise their chicks together in one of nature's rare examples of perfect teamwork. But this balance of harmony doesn't always last. Not when nature itself begins to change. Because while these eagles are built for water, their kingdom is under threat from something they can't control. Across Africa, rivers that once roared with life are starting to fall silent. Hydroelectric dams, pollution, and climate change are reshaping the landscape. Fish populations are declining in places where the eagles once thrived, and when the fish disappear, the eagles do too. In Kenya's Lake Naivasha, once a stronghold of these birds, the number of fish eagles dropped sharply when invasive plant species choked the water and reduced oxygen levels. The birds that remained had to adapt, feeding on dead fish or scavenging, something they were never meant to do. Yet somehow they persist. Because the African fish eagle isn't just a predator, it's a survivor. And its survival tells us something profound about the relationship between people and nature in Africa. To understand that, we need to look at how deeply this bird is woven into African culture itself.
Number 4, the voice of a continent. That cry, sharp, wild, unforgettable, is more than just a sound. It's a symbol. From national flags to folk songs, the African fish eagle represents vision, strength, and freedom. In Zambia, Zimbabwe, and South Sudan, it's printed proudly on emblems and coins. Fishermen along the Congo River see it as a guardian of the waters, while tribes in Tanzania consider its call a blessing before a hunt. Even in modern Africa, its image shows up in places you wouldn't expect: football team logos, conservation projects, and even local proverbs. One saying goes, "He who sees the fish eagle must rise early," a poetic reminder that success favors those who act with precision and timing, just like the eagle itself. But while the bird's voice echoes across culture, its fate now depends on something far more fragile: the health of the waters it calls home. Number 5, guardians of the future. Across the continent, conservationists are racing to protect this living emblem. Projects around Lake Malawi and the Okavango Delta have begun restoring wetlands and regulating fishing to maintain balance. In Uganda, ecotourism, centered on the African fish eagle, brings income to local communities, proving that protecting nature can also sustain livelihoods. And here's the twist. By saving the eagle, we end up saving far more. Healthy fish eagle populations mean healthy fish stocks, cleaner water, and stable ecosystems that countless species, including humans, depend on. It's a chain reaction that begins with one simple thing: the cry of a bird. But there's another side to this, a mystery scientists are still trying to understand. Because that cry, that piercing voice of Africa, seems to have meaning beyond communication. And it's led some researchers to believe the eagle's call might serve a deeper emotional purpose. When recorded and analyzed, the African fish eagle's call doesn't just carry power, it carries pattern. Its pitch and rhythm are so distinct that humans can recognize it instantly, even without seeing the bird. Wildlife sound engineers have noticed that its call often triggers reactions from other animals. Hippos, monkeys, even other birds go silent when it echoes. It's almost as if the sound itself commands respect, a sonic reminder that the wild still has its kings. But there's something poetic here too. That same call has been used in countless documentaries, films, and even video games to represent Africa as a whole. You've probably heard it without realizing it. Every time a movie cuts to a sunrise over the savannah, that's often the African fish eagle calling in the background. Its voice has become shorthand for an entire continent, and maybe that's what makes it so timeless. It's not just the call of a bird, but the voice of something ancient, something we still long to hear even as the modern world grows louder. Every morning, somewhere in Africa, the air still trembles with that unmistakable sound, a cry that cuts through fog, through time, through everything that's changed, reminding anyone who hears it that the wild is still alive. The African fish eagle doesn't need to roar like a lion or trumpet like an elephant to command respect. It rules through silence and sound, through a single note that tells an entire story. It's the symbol of power that doesn't conquer, freedom that doesn't flee, and beauty that doesn't fade. And as long as that voice still echoes across the rivers of Africa, the spirit of the wild will never be lost.